Hello everyone, welcome to our Way of the Cross. Today we will look at and pray about the second station in which Jesus takes up his cross. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. The moment. When I imagine this moment, I see Roman guards heaving this big, heavy cross on the back and shoulders of Jesus. Some scholars believe it was just the crossbeam he was carrying, but either way, it was heavy, bulky, and huge. In the modern world, we have cleaned up our crosses using planed and light wood. It was not so for Jesus. More than likely, it was a huge tree branch of some sort just thrown on him. Take a moment and pray about that. Feel that big, heavy cross drop on your shoulder and back. Not only is it heavy, but it digs into your back. It's hard to balance, and now you have to walk with it. The crowds and guards are jeering at you along the way. This is truly a moment of humiliation, pain, and testing. The Lord must have wanted to call this whole thing off and end it, but he didn't. And there would be more humiliation to come. Know that Jesus has done this for you and for me. As I think about this situation, I see an application to the coronavirus outbreak that we're dealing with. It's the cross that's being forced upon us right now as a society. Mostly, it is a cross for those who contract the disease and suffer with it. It is a cross for their families who care for them. It is a cross for the medical profession and all those on the front lines of fighting the disease. It is a cross for those who supply us with food and other basic human necessities and thus cannot work from home. Yes, I suppose it is a cross for those of us who don't fit those categories, but are social distancing and have had to make sudden changes in our lives. But that cross, frankly, is nowhere near as heavy as those who have the disease or are fighting it. The good news is that Jesus goes ahead of them. He carried a cross too, and it was as heavy and burdensome as this cross of the pandemic. As we pick up this cross, we follow Jesus carrying his. Spoiler alert, Jesus overcomes and conquers this cross. Thus, his cross has become the symbol of hope for us all. So we follow Jesus with the cross of the pandemic that is on our shoulders and backs, and it's there without our choice or our desire, no more than his was. Ultimately, we ask him to take this cross for us, as he does all crosses. The prayer. Dear Lord, together we gather at the second station, the moment at which the cross was lowered on your back and shoulders. You carried that cross for us and for our redemption, forgiveness, and salvation. It was heavy and burdensome. A cross has been lowered on our backs, the cross of the pandemic. It is as heavy as yours. As a people, we are struggling, Lord, with this cross. But we walk behind you and know that we'll never make it through this time without you. Most especially, Lord, we cast onto your cross those who have contracted this disease and those in the front lines of fighting it. We have nowhere else to go, Lord. We have come before you with a humble heart and contrite spirit, knowing that your cross alone will take away all other crosses, and that your cross is the cross of hope. Keep that in the front of our minds and in our hearts. Amen. Please join me Monday for the third station of the cross, and I pray the Lord will be with you in a special way as you make this journey. God bless you all, and thank you for joining me.